Hello, everybody. It's Bill. It's that college football guy here with yet another preview and prediction video. Sun's right in my face, ain't it? I'm wearing my sunglasses because, damn, that thing is bright right there. All right. We did some Bulldogs, and now we're doing more Bulldogs. The Georgia Bulldogs, your reigning and defending SEC champs. Now, can they go back to the SEC championship? Well, we're going to see here. First off, last season, 11-3 in 2024. They beat Texas in the SEC championship and lost to Notre Dame in the college football playoff. Kirby Smart's back for his 10th season as head coach of Georgia. His previous 9 seasons, he has been 105-19. Damn impressive. Mike Bobo, back for his 3rd season as offensive coordinator and also quarterbacks coach. Georgia ranked 51st in total offense last year. We're going to see how that's going to affect this season. Glenn Schumann's back for his 3rd season as defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach for Georgia. Georgia was 30th in total defense last year. So getting to the roster here, Carson Beck's now in Miami. Who's the starting quarterback? Well, realistically, going into camp, they said on there we've had the fact there was Ryan Puglisi, the redshirt freshman, and also Coulter Ginn. There's some other freshmen on there. Basically, like, it's the only ones any other than a redshirt freshman or freshman. It's Gunnar Stockton, the redshirt junior. Last season, 45 out of 60, 45 for 64, 440 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Not exactly really awe-inspiring numbers here compared to the other quarterbacks I've seen here. But that's going to come in contact with a lot of schools here that are going to be switching over, because Alabama's Ty Simpson and Ole Miss, I forgot Ole Miss's quarterback. NFL quarterbacks all left, and they all got, except for Georgia, where he transferred. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. But the job, realistically, I think it's Gunnar Stockton's to lose. So I'm saying, Puglisi going to... The starting running back job, realistically, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys who can battle for the starting job here. Now, number 1 from last year's back, that's Nate Frazier, the sophomore. But we're going to get to the guys first off who've doing some things here. My goodness. So you got Brandon Mathis, the redshirt junior, Jacob Harden, the redshirt junior. Gannon Hurst, the son of former Georgia Bulldog Garrison Hurst, redshirt junior as well. Micah Bell, the redshirt sophomore, transfer from Vanderbilt. He also plays wide receiver. All of them did not have any stats recorded from last season. We have Roderick Robinson II, the redshirt sophomore, Dwight Phillips Jr., the sophomore, Wade Penn, the redshirt freshman, and Cash Jones, the redshirt senior, all with Chauncey Bowens, the redshirt freshman. All recorded some stats last season, but not enough to qualify. So who did stuff to qualify in the running back room? Out of all those guys I've mentioned, 2. Nate Frazier, who's the sophomore, who was a freshman last season, the number 1 running back in the Georgia Bulldogs, 133 carries, 671 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Who's battling him? Josh McCray, the redshirt senior transfer from Illinois. 117 carries, 609 yards, and 10 touchdowns for Illinois. So it's be interesting to see if there's 1-2 battle here. Maybe it's a 1-2 punch, how they plan on doing things. We'll see about that. Wide receivers. I gotta be honest with you. Wide receiver room makes me nervous. Like the running back room, you got a couple of guys who can do some things with it, 1 and 2, and you'd have to worry about 3rd string developing, but hopefully you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Wide receiver room makes me nervous because of the lack of experience. It perhaps is the worst room on the... I take that back. It's not the worst room on the offense, but it's potentially could be the worst room. I'll let y'all decide if it is. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys, I think I got a shot in the wide receiver room. Do you know how many even met my minimum catch requirements? 10 receptions. You know how many met that? You have an idea? 3. On the entire Georgia roster. 3. This makes me nervous. The guys who come in here who anybody's recorded some stats from last season, only 2. So only 5 out of the 13 actually did anything recordable from last year. 5. That's not good here. You've got Zachariah Branch, big name, the junior transfer from USC, didn't record any stats from last season. Noah Thomas, a senior transfer from Texas A&M, the same thing, as well as Walter Blanchard. The rest of these guys are holdovers. Walter Blanchard, the redshirt sophomore. Luke Bennett, the redshirt junior. Miles Thornton, the redshirt junior. Merrick Briley, the redshirt sophomore. Danny Curran, the redshirt junior. And Will Taylor, the redshirt sophomore. None of them recorded any stats last season. Those who recorded some stats, but not enough to beat the 10 catches. Sakobi White-Helton, the redshirt senior. The redshirt freshman, my apologies. And Cole Spear, the senior. Who were the 3 that actually did some stats? Did something, at least 10 catches. Worst to first. Colby Young. Yes, I know that Colby Young. He's on the roster. Will he play early? He did his suspensions for all the stuff that happened, and it's been civilly adjudicated. He didn't go to jail, as far as I know. But he's on the roster, so for his issues. But he had 11 receptions, 149 yards, and 2 touchdowns. London Humphreys, the junior, 15 receptions, 244 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And number 1, probably going to be the number 1 wide receiver, Dylan Bell, the senior, 43 receptions, 466 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So odds are he's going to be wide receiver number 1. But that view makes me nervous. Like the tight end room, you got 6 guys. Tight ends, they're ready. But you got 2 tight ends who did something, and both of this relatively. Did I read that right? There's almost the same numbers. Nothing spectacular, but you only need to have. It's like I said, there's a lack of experience in the room, but I'm not worried about it as much because out of the 6 guys, 3 have game experience. So you have David Lalayan, the redshirt sophomore, Patrick Hester, the redshirt junior, and Cooper Johnson, the redshirt junior. None of them have recorded any stats from last season. You have Jaden Riddell, the redshirt freshman, who recorded some last year, didn't get at least 10 catches. And you've got 2 holders from last year. You've got Oscar Delp, the senior, 21 receptions, 248 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And you've got Lawson Lucky, I think his name is, the junior, 24 receptions, 348 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So you got 2 couple tight ends there. Okay, and tight ends I'm not worried about as much. The wide receiver room makes me nervous. But this maybe is even more worrying than the wide receiver room. That's the offensive line. 19 guys in the offensive line room listed. I prefer having upperclassmen on the offensive line because they've been there, done that. More times than not, if they're a 3-star with gameplay, with game time and everything else, they're going to develop in there unless you got a super young player, which Georgia has. But this concerns me. Of 19 guys in the offensive line room, 4 are upperclassmen. Everybody else is sophomores or freshmen. 4 upperclassmen. That's a little concerning to me. And that could be a problem later on. So, like I said, I'm unsure about the wide receiver room being the worst, or is this? You've got 4 upperclassmen only missing 1 starter, and it's a younger, okay, you can work on it. The wide receivers are worse. Neither one of them gives you a lot of, I don't know. All right, now defense, the front 4, defensive line, lacks game experience too. You have, Clinton Barlow, the redshirt sophomore. He didn't record any stats from last season. You had a bunch of guys. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys up here. We have Joseph Ajonye, the redshirt freshman, recorded some stats last year. Elo Madozi, excuse me, the transfer from, actually, he recorded some stats, my bad. I remember this thing so damn fast. Josh Horton, the transfer from Miami, he recorded some along with Jordan Thomas, the redshirt freshman. I was a junior. Thomas, redshirt freshman. Jordan Hall, the junior, also recorded some stats of last year. So who did some stats? Well, we actually only have 3 guys on the defensive line recorded some stats from last year. Xavier McLeod, the redshirt sophomore, 13 tackles and 2 pass deflections. You have Elo Madozi, the junior transfer from Army, 34 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 1 pass deflection. He's number one. And Kristen Miller, the redshirt junior holdover, 27 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and a pass deflection. So this could be an issue. Linebacker room also has a lack of gameplay, but the fact is they really run inside linebackers. Other than the redshirt freshmen and sophomores who didn't record any stats, and there's quite a few. Only 5 guys up on this. You've got Eli, I think it's Eli Barrow. I'm sure his name, redshirt sophomore. He didn't do anything. You got Terrell Foster, the redshirt junior, recorded some stats last year. But you have 3 guys in the linebacker room. And I'm like, well, this isn't that bad. Like, it's okay to do 3 linebackers. Chris Cole, the sophomore, 16 tackles and a pass deflection. Raylan Wilson, the junior, 47 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection. And then you got C.J. Allen, the junior, 76 tackles, an interception, and 4 pass deflections. So I'm like, this is in the linebacker room. So I'm like, okay, this isn't as bad. But depth, young depth is going to be the issue in this one. How well can the young players develop here? Now, what's the strength of the defense? The secondary. And it's not even close. We're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 guys who got a legit shot at participating here. I think it a chance. I mean, we may eliminate a few here. But how many of them meet my minimal 10 tackle requirement for FBS? There's no FCS guys on this roster. How many guys meet the 10 tackle requirement on this Georgia roster? 7. Compared to what you heard about the defensive linebackers and the defensive line, the linebackers, this is big. I mean, there are more eligible qualified players in the secondary than there is in the entire front 7. This is going to be some work defensively. All right, secondary-wise, the guys who didn't make any stats, and we're talking Henry Waller, the redshirt junior. I love this guy's name. I love the name. He's a redshirt junior. Denton Schamberger. I love the name. Love the name. Ali Hall, the redshirt senior. Schamberger's a redshirt junior. They didn't record any stats at all last year. We had 5 guys recorded some stats. I mean, they didn't make at least 10 tackles. We're talking Ellis Robinson, the 4th, the redshirt freshman. DeMello Jones, the sophomore. Ja'Cory Thomas, the senior. Chris Peel, the redshirt sophomore. And Kyron Jones, the redshirt sophomore. Now, the ones who actually did record some stats. This is interesting. This secondary is going to be the strength. You'll see why here. Remember, tackles worst to first. Zion Branch, the junior transfer from USC, 19 tackles, 1 sack, and 3 pass deflections. We got Daniel Harris, the junior, holdover from last year's squad. Most of them are holdovers on this thing anyway. 22 tackles and 3 pass deflections. Janelle Aguero, the junior, 26 tackles. We've got Jaden Harris, the junior transfer from Miami, 40 tackles, 1.5 sack, 1 INT, and 2 pass deflections. It's like, damn, all right, we're 40 already? Yeah, 40 already, and they're getting better from there. We're talking Adrian Maddox, the senior transfer from UAB, 44 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, an INT, which was the pick 6, and 7 pass deflections. And then the 2 beast holdovers from last year's squad. We're talking KJ Bolden, the sophomore, as a true freshman last year. Actually, he is the ace. I'm past myself. Dalen Everett, the senior, 58 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 3 INTs, and 3 pass deflections. KJ Bolden, the sophomore, 59 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 INT, 1 pass deflection as a freshman last year. So you listen to the playmakers. The secondary is going to be the playmakers. So they're going to have to make the plays because I don't know if the front 7 can make any pressure. That's the first time I'm looking at Georgia defense, and I'm wondering what the hell they're going to do compared to previous years. This is yeesh. All right. That's the preview part of the video. You're like, damn. Yeah. This one I kind of struggled on some of these predictions on some of these games, to be honest with you. All right, let's get into this for the schedule prediction part. First, start off the season at home against Marshall. I covered this game in the Marshall preview and prediction video. Georgia's going to beat Marshall. Then they host Austin Peay. Austin Peay plays Middle Tennessee State the week before. The only meeting these two schools ever had was in 2018, and Georgia won 45-0 in Athens. Georgia's looking to go 2-0 all-time against Austin Peay, and what a shock. They're going to go 2-0 all-time against Austin Peay. They're going to win that game. Third game is on the road at Knoxville against Tennessee. I covered this in the preview prediction video. With the uncertainty of quarterback Tennessee and the problems they have, Georgia has theirs. Could Aguilar, they have to run the ball. They don't have the running backs. I picked this game earlier. Georgia's beating Tennessee. Then they have a bye. Come out of the bye at home against Bama, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Both schools actually have a bye the week before. So nobody has an advantage. Last meeting was last year. Alabama won 41-34 at Tuscaloosa. Two different quarterbacks. You're asking, this is mostly the Ty Simpson versus Gunnar Stockton. But Alabama has better athletes and better players on the defense, and Georgia has a weaker offensive line. You're losing to Alabama. Then you come out home again, stay at home against Kentucky. Kentucky played at South Carolina the week before. Last meeting was last year, and Georgia won in a snooze fest, 13-12 at Lexington. That was a struggle bus, that game against Kentucky last year. And it may be the struggle bus again, but I'm having you beat Kentucky. And then the Deep South's the oldest rivalry. You're on the road at Jordan-Hare at Auburn. Auburn actually has a bye the week before, and you played Kentucky the week before, so they have a little bit of time to prepare for you, and they're at home. Last meeting was last year. Georgia won 31-13 in Athens. Now we say, oh, they got 2 weeks to prepare. They got those better wide receivers. You've got Jackson Arnold, who has had a problem, regardless of being on task, on target, has been one of his biggest problems against a Georgia secondary that's the beast of the defense. Georgia's looking to win their 9th straight against Auburn. They're going to win their 9th straight, and they're beating Auburn. Here's the game I thought about. At home against Ole Miss. Ole Miss plays Washington State at home the week before. Last meeting was last year with Jackson Dart, quarterback. Ole Miss won 28-10 in Oxford. They got a redshirt sophomore quarterback. I forgot his name. I apologize for that. How's he going to play on there with other issues? I looked at the roster up and down. I'm going, eesh. This is tough. This is going to be a close damn game. But you're at home. I'm going to give it to Georgia. Now, would Ole Miss win this game? Would it surprise me? Not in the least. But on this, I'm picking Georgia to beat Ole Miss at home. Then you get the bye. You come out of the bye. We're heading to Jacksonville. It's the cocktail party against Florida. Both schools have a bye the week before. It's starting to become a pattern here, isn't it? But when you had your bye week, both schools coming out of the bye had a week before, so you have no advantage. Who scheduled this crap? Last meeting was last year, and Georgia won 34-20 in Athens. Georgia's looking to win their 5th straight against Florida. Florida's got some players on here. DJ Lagway. Georgia. 2 things almost like a certainty. Florida struggles against Tennessee. Tennessee struggles against Florida, and Florida struggles against Georgia. And the struggle bus will continue for Florida. I'm having you lose. Georgia is going to beat Florida in Jacksonville for the cocktail party. Then on the road at the worst team in the SEC at Mississippi State. Mississippi State plays Arkansas at Arkansas the week before. Last meeting was last year. Georgia won 41-31 in Athens. Now you're on the road. Georgia's looking to win their 6th straight against Mississippi State, and they will win their 6th straight against Mississippi State. Now, at home against the Longhorns of Texas. And Texas has a bye the week before. You're playing at Mississippi State. They got 2 weeks to get ready for you. Last meeting was last year in the SEC Championship game when Georgia won 22-19 in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. you don't have the firepower to keep up with Texas. Texas, at home, you're losing to Texas. Then that's the ending of SEC play. Then you're at home against Charlotte. Charlotte plays UTSA the week before. This is the first ever meeting between Charlotte and Georgia, and Georgia's going 1-0, and they're beating Charlotte. And they finished the season. Normally, this would be home because of Georgia's the athletic department being greedy. They sold the game to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It'll be neutral site in Atlanta against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech plays Pitt at home the week before. Last meeting was last year. Holy crap. This was, watched it good, and it was frustrating as hell. Georgia won 44-42 in 8 overtimes in Athens last year against Georgia Tech. They barely pulled that one out. Both teams were driving the struggle bus that week. Just get it done, damn it. And I'm having them beat Georgia Tech because I just don't think Georgia Tech can keep up with them. So that means Georgia is going to go 10-2, 6-2 in conference. Before I say anything, could any of these games do I think that they're going to flip the losses to wins? They potentially could. I don't think so. Do any of the games that I have as wins that can flip them a loss? Yeah. I think Ole Miss can flip. Auburn might flip. Florida might flip. They could be 10-2. They could be 7-5. This is going to be an interesting year for Kirby for Coach Smart, because he's, man, younger quarterbacks. You have running backs. Depth is an issue. Experience depth is an issue. Wide receivers, you have depth, but there's a lack of experience there. Tight ends, okay. Offensive line, lack of experience. Front four. The front four is a defensive line is a lack of experience. There's top playmakers in the starters, but the bench doesn't have experience. Secondary is a beast. This is going to be one hell of a year for Georgia. They're going to have to put in some work to get this done. But I've done enough talking and running my mouth. Why don't you let me know what you think about everything? Damn, that sun is bright as hell. Down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done already, do me the favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. All right, I'm going to run through the schedule again without all the extras. You tell me what you think Georgia's record will be. Okay? Home against Marshall, home against Austin Peay, at Tennessee, first bye week, home against Bama, home against Kentucky, at Auburn, home against Ole Miss, and then the second bye week, neutral site against Florida in Jacksonville, the cocktail party, at Mississippi State, home against Texas, home against Charlotte, and neutral site in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta against Georgia Tech to finish the year. Tell me what you think that their record is going to be down in the comments. Share the video if you want to. If you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos that I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. We're getting there. We're getting there toward 1K. We're getting there. We might actually get there before the start of the season, but I'm not holding my breath. But we'll see. But that sun is just beating on me. But check out some of the videos, and we're going to make some magic happen so we can get there to 1K. If you want to follow me in the craziness that is X, the link will be in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. More preview predictions plus some news coming in here and there. We'll see. The time of the recording of this video, for a spoiler for those of you who get to the end of this, the actual result video might come out before this, was that the chairmans of all the commissioners, presidents, whatever the hell of the Sun Belts, approved inviting Louisiana Tech, but that hasn't been done anything past that yet. We'll see. Sun bright up here in Syracuse, New York. It's going to be fun. All right, so again, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great day. Get out of the sun, man. Damn. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other.